Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to this live Premier League game from Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Everton. I'm your presenter, Mike Harneman. We've got Russ Vernon on commentary duty for the alternative commentary this evening as well. And we'll throw over to Russ a little bit later, in around about 5-10 minutes' time. Hopefully, you've all had a good Monday as well. And of course, this game is going to be the concluding game for the Premier League for the channel this weekend, and we'll let Russ run you through some of the scores later on. Of course, we are back in action with some more live commentary on Wednesday night as well, with myself bringing you some Premier League action between Manchester City and Southampton, and then we'll have John Kane bringing some Champions League action between Liverpool and RB Leipzig. Of course, I covered Chelsea last time out. They were 1-0 victors away at Everton's Merseyside rivals Liverpool, and Jurgen Klopp's side are continuing to struggle. And of course, with that game yesterday, where they lost to Fulham as well, the record of recent performances and results are really going against them. But Thomas Tuchel has done a fantastic job since coming in at Chelsea. He's 10 unbeaten now. And of course, they won that game through Mason Mount's goal. I believe it to be the 42nd minute where they beat Liverpool, leading up to this game. Of course, that was a fantastic victory for them. In previous meetings between these two sides in all competitions, Everton have won 58 of those. There's been 54 draws, and Chelsea have been victorious on 73 occasions, including, let's have a look, was it the last time out as well? Let's have a look here. I'm going to scroll down quickly for you. I believe that last time out, it was actually an Everton victory where they won by 1-0. And of course, we'll run you through some stats as well before I throw into Russ. Head-to-head, Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 25 Premier League home games against Everton, winning 14 of those games. So actually, I believe it probably was Chelsea that won last time out. The Londoners have lost 3 of their last 4 top-flight fixtures against the Toffees, as many defeats as there has been in the previous 15 meetings. Everton are looking to complete their first league double over Chelsea. So actually, I was right, Everton did win originally since the 1978-79 campaign. And the Blues are unbeaten in all of 10 of their league and cup games under Thomas Tuchel, winning 7 of those games, including the last one we covered as well. Chelsea have earned 18 Premier League points since Tuchel took charge, a total exceeded only by Man City in that period. The Londoners can also keep 5 consecutive Premier League clean sheets for the first time since a similar sequence between November 2014 and January 2015. Of course, they kept a clean sheet last time out as well. And of course, Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger were the back line that day. And of course, Rudiger was given our commentary services man of the match on that occasion. Head coach Thomas Tuchel could become the first manager in Premier League history to see his side keep a clean sheet in each of their first 5 home games in charge as well in the Premier League. And Edouard Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, has kept 12 clean sheets in 22 of his Premier League starts. And of the 210 goalkeepers to have started at least 10 games in the competition, he is the only one to have kept a clean sheet in more than half of those. As for Everton, they're vying for a 10th Premier League away win this season, which would be a new club record. They won 10 flight away matches in the single campaign in 1986-87 when they were crowned champions that season. And they are unbeaten in 9 away league games as well, won 7, drawn 2, and their longest such run since a 10-match sequence between December 1984 and May of 1985. And the Toffees can keep 4 consecutive Premier League clean sheets for the first time in 12 years as well. So we've got some great action on the channel today. If you want to give us a follow as well, you can do that over at facebook.com/footcom live, and Twitter. You can give us a follow on Twitter as well. And the Twitter handle is at Commentary Live 1, I believe to be the correct handle. And you can give us a follow there. Of course, we've got some great action on the way. As I said, this week, we've got some great team of presenters as well, you know, including myself, including Russ, Matt Isles, who's done a couple of games this weekend, John Kane, Stephen Coppen, who did the Manchester Derby as well. and of course many others who are going to be joining us. Barry Swain as well, and of course we've got Anton Saunders hopefully going to be joining us for some international games as well in the next few weeks. So we've got some great action on the way for you, including this fantastic game here in the Premier League. And of course, you have to look at the league table as well. Both of these sides flying high, and Liverpool, the struggling side of Merseyside, Everton are above them by a matter of 3 points, with 2 games in hand, including tonight as well. So of course, a win, we'll see that go to 6 points. We're still having a game in hand, and if Everton were to win, they would overtake Chelsea as well and get into the top 4 behind Leicester, who beat Brighton, and behind Manchester United, who beat Manchester City as well over the weekend just gone. We've got around about 6 minutes or 7 minutes or so until kickoff. So hopefully Russ will be ready shortly, and we can throw over to him for some team news. And of course, I'm looking forward to what's going to be a fantastic game of football. Really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a very end-to-end game, in my opinion. I can see it being, definitely a number of goals in this one. There might be 2 or 3 goals in this game at least, with the talent that's on show. And hopefully there will be a lot of talking points as well. Hopefully not too much from VAR and the video assistant referee, and more from the players on the pitch. But of course, VAR has played a massive part this season as well. And hopefully we haven't got to sort of worry too much about VAR and have too many VAR talking points, compared to the fact we've had those talking points over this weekend already in some of the live commentaries that we've done, the Burnley-Arsenal game in particular, with the one on the goal line through Eric Peters stopping Nicola Pepe's chance that would have given Arsenal the penalty on that occasion. And of course, everyone knows VAR. Everyone, would like VAR to be used correctly, but you never know at the moment, because there's been plenty of times this season where it hasn't been. And let's see if we can get an entertaining game of football here this evening. And as I just said beforehand, it's rather than VAR decisions, refereeing decisions, it's on the pitch play that we're talking about. Good attacking play, good defending play, etc., rather than decisions. So, are you ready to be brought in now, Russ? We've got 5 minutes until kickoff, and then of course you can bring through the lineup as well. Is that are you ready, or shall I carry on for a minute or 2 more? 1 minute? Yeah. Okay, he's just getting himself finished off with his preparation. So I'm just going to have a look here at some of the past meetings between the 2 sides. As I said before, Everton won the last one by 1-0. Before that, Chelsea won 4-0 in 2020. 2019, Everton done the double. They won 2-0 in March and also 3-1 in December. 2018 and 2017 were both goalless draws. Then before that, Chelsea had won the previous 4, beating Everton in 2016 in the league by 5-0. Also winning 3-0 as well in 2017 in April, winning 2-0 in August, and winning 2-1 in the League Cup in 2017 as well, of the December of that year. Sorry, the October of that year, sorry. I'll correct myself there. And of course, the very first time these sides ever met as well was all the way back in the the early 1900s. It was 1907, where Chelsea and Everton met for the first time, 26th of October 1907 to be precise, with Chelsea victorious on that occasion in the League Division 1 by 2-1. And that continued on as well the following season, the 1908 season, with a 3-0 victory for Chelsea as well. So it's a little bit of an indifferent one, but I'm going to hand over to Russ now, your match commentator for today's game, and he's going to run you through the 2 lineups, and he's going to start you off with the visitors as well, the blue side of Merseyside, who of course with a victory will be going back above Chelsea into 4th. So I'm going to hand you over to Russ now, and he's going to bring you the live commentary of this game, and he's going to start you off with the 2 teams, and then we'll be underway in just a matter of minutes as well. So, Russ, first of all, very good evening, and let's have those two lineups starting with the visitors.
Good evening, Mike. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this game here this evening. I'm your alternative commentator, Russ Venning, and I'll run you through the starting lineups, as Mike said, starting with the visitors, Everton, who make two changes tonight. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Allen coming for Bernard and Decore not involved this evening. Everton lineup with Pickford in goal, Olga, Keane, Godfrey and Digne at the back. Then it's Iwobi, Allen, Gomez and Sigurdsson in midfield, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front. As for Chelsea, they line up with Mendy in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Zuma at the back, James and Alonso the wing-backs, Jorginho and Kovacic in the midfield, Havertz and Hudson-Odoi either side of striker Timo Werner. The bench for Chelsea is as Arrizabalaga, Rudiger, Silva, Conte, Pulisic, Giroud, Mount, Chilwell and Ziyech. For Everton, Virginia, Tyra, King and Kurnu, Bernard, Broder, Davis, John and Onyango. Chelsea made 5 changes with Hudson-Odoi, Havertz, Kovacic, Alonso, Zuma in for Mount, Chilwell, Kante, Ziyech and Rudiger. As for Everton, as mentioned, 2 changes, Sigurdsson and Allen for Bernard and Decore. The referee is Chris Kavanagh. He is assisted by Dan Cook and James Manwaring, with Simon Hooper, the fourth official. On VAR due tonight, so we don't have any of that in operation, is Michael Oliver. Richard West is the additional VAR assistant referee this evening. So Chris Kavanagh is ready. Then the players will be ready very soon. We're about to get underway. You're listening to Football Commentary Live. Chelsea are in dark blue and Everton are in lime blue shirts, silver shorts and lime blue socks. The players take the knee to stamp out racism.
Okay, just quickly, Russ, as well. I just want to get a quick prediction from you before the game's underway. How do you see it going? Do you reckon it's going to be a close game, or do you reckon it might be, a winner one way or another? Just quickly before the game gets underway.
We're underway, Mike, but I think it'll be a close game, and I can see maybe Everton coming out on top in this one by the odd goal. But I hope Stephen, who's probably listening, didn't hear that, as the game is now underway. We have Chelsea on possession with Zuma back towards Mendy. He plays the ball out wide to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta down the line to Reece James. Reece James with possession. Cuts inside to Jorginho. Back into Kovacic now. And Chelsea bring the ball forward with Kurt Zouma. Lovely run from Zouma on this near side. Down the line to Alonso. Back to Zouma. And Chelsea keep hold of possession very early on their play. Chelsea are attacking the shed end in the first half, defending the Matthew Harding stand. So Everton are attacking from left to right, Chelsea from right to left as I watch this game. It's Reece James over on that far side, comes forward for Chelsea. Back it goes. To Azpilicueta now, Christensen and now Kovacic back to Azpilicueta. And Kovacic once more. Good work from Mateo Kovacic, out wide and brought down by Azpilicueta up towards halfway, over halfway. Now Reece James into Jorginho, now on towards Timo Werner. Werner wins a throw there off Ben Godfrey. And Godfrey has done really well for Everton since he's joined the club from Norwich. As Kovacic now is back for Chelsea. Now it's Havertz. Lovely play from Havertz. Back to Christensen. And he feeds the ball out wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi back to Kovacic. Ball forward in towards Alonso, but Alonso can't go an end of that. And it's out for the goal kick. Is it? Or is it giving looks as though he may have given a free kick for a foul by Alonso and Holgate there. As we watch this game, 2.5 minutes gone in the match. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. If you're just joining us on Football Commentary Live, good to have you along with us this evening. Bringing you live commentary, alternative commentary from this game. As Everton look set to keep the pressure on Chelsea in this opening 3 minutes, attacking down this right hand side, which Iwobi takes a throw in into Gomez, back to Iwobi, and then Iwobi's ball back towards Gomez's good out by Gomez's, but Everton have it back, and lovely crossfield pass into Luka Dean. Dean back to Allen, lovely crossfield pass from Allen, can't pick out Iwobi though, and Chelsea have possession back, and Hudson-Odoi knocks it all the way back to Mendy, and Mendy controls, and Chelsea will come and attack forward. It's a good game. The last time these two sides met, we were watching it and really enjoyed that one. Everton doing fairly well in their last 5 matches, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Defeats were to Fulham, which was a surprise one for them, and they lost to Everton. They beat Liverpool, Southampton, and West Brom. One of the last 3 fixtures prior to this game is Alonso as she forward for Chelsea. Back to Kovacic. And now is Christensen. And Chelsea controlling the play well. Into Kai Havertz. Havertz out wide to Reece James. James down the line to Timo Werner. Werner pushes the ball in. But takes a deflection off of Ben Godfrey, who's standing up well so far to the Chelsea attack on that right hand side and forces Chelsea to win a corner. Chelsea's last 5 games are a 2-0 win against Nuxa, which I covered here on the channel. Southampton 1-1, a 1-0 draw against Southampton. The Atletico Madrid 1-0 in the last 16 first leg, as Werner slices the corner over the bar and into the stand and into the shed end behind that goal which they are attacking. They then drew 0-0 with Manchester United. That was brought to us by Stephen Coppin. And then they beat Liverpool 1-0 in their final game of the season. As Kovacic plays it forward, giving away. Here's Allen. Kovacic has it back into Werner. Jorginho has it out wide now to James, and back he goes to Aspilicueta. Chelsea keeping the ball well. Opening 5 minutes of this game. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. And now Zuma. And now Kovacic into Christensen and back into Mendy. And Chelsea keeping possession well. Next 5 games for Chelsea in all competitions is Leeds United away on Saturday. Then second leg of the Atletico Madrid tie in the Champions League. As James went down looking for a free kick, not giving us the ball, is forward towards Calvert-Lewin, and he's cut out well by the Chelsea defence, which was led by Zuma there to win the ball back for Thomas Tuchel's side. They then play Sheffield United in the FA Cup quarter-finals on the 21st of this month, before starting off April with a game against West Bromwich Albion, and then a away trip to Crystal Palace. Havertz comes forward now for Chelsea. I went to Alonso. Inside to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi does really, really well. Back to Havertz. And Havertz keeping possession well. Here's Kovacic. And now it's Christensen. Christensen controls well and knocks the ball out wide. Here's Jorginho now for Chelsea. So the majority of the Chelsea players camped inside the Everton half. All the Everton players back inside their own half. And try and marshal this Chelsea attack. and keep forcing Chelsea back at the moment, which they are doing now. As Kovacic finds Zuma. This near side on the left. Is it forward? Looking forward to the Doy. Hudson Doy goes down, keeps the ball alive. It's Alonso, but the free kick is being given to a foul by Hudson Doy there on Mason Allgate, who went down under his challenge. Both players went down. I think it was a bit of 50-50 for that one, in my opinion. We are still goalless. If you've just joined us, 8 minutes of the first half, Dom. As Leeds United play later against West Ham United this evening, we'll bring you those scored next time we're on air, which will be on Wednesday. We'll have Mike Orneman in his Manchester City against Southampton, and then John Kane bringing you Liverpool v RB Leipzig. If anything changes with regard to any of the commentaries that we've got planned or who's doing them, we'll let you know via our Facebook page. You can find that. Visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/footcom live. It's the best way to follow Football Commentary Live. Don't forget you can follow our Twitter handle. And follow us on Twitter. It's Commentary Live 1 to keep up to date with what we have got going today. As is Everton coming forward with Chelsea. Gave the ball away as Chelsea now coming forward with Havertz doing well. How wide it goes into Reece James. James controls. Here's Jorginho. Away from one. How wide to Reece James. Down the line towards Havertz, giving away as Godfrey tidies up for Everton and lifts the ball forward up towards halfway, where Christensen picks up for Chelsea. Inside to Kovacic. How wide to Alonso. Alonso back to Kovacic. Kovacic plays the ball across, looking for James in behind. Jorginho wins it back for Chelsea momentarily. Digne down the line to Richarlison. And Everton keeping possession well at this moment in time. It's Chelsea 0, Everton 0. 10 minutes gone. If you're just joining us. Allgate controls well and hits the ball forward, looking for Calvert-Lewin. But Zuma's there to win it back for Chelsea. And now it's Havertz. Turns away from Allen and feeds in Azpilicueta, who feeds in James. Good play this from Chelsea so far at Thomas Tuchel's side. Here's Kurt Zuma coming forward, out wide for Christensen. Kovacic. And Kovacic is still going. On to Havertz, into the penalty area. Havertz can't get a strike away. Comes out to Jorginho. How wide it goes now. Hudson Odoi. Trying to play it down in behind the Everton backline for Alonso there, but Alonso wasn't on the same wavelength and we cut out any opportunity there for having a goal as Chelsea against Everton is our final game of the weekend from the Premier League. Calvert-Lewin can't get into a ball over the top, which was looking for the England striker. And now Chelsea will come forward. And Kovacic has possession. Inside. Jorginho. Now Zuma. Kovacic once more. Havertz. Kovacic again. Christensen again. And Chelsea keeping hold of possession well. Here's Jorginho. Kovacic back to Jorginho. Now Kovacic again. No, Kovacic is Zuma, sorry. And now it's with Christensen. Jorginho. Over the ball across looking for Werner. Havertz can't go and end that for Chelsea. Kovacic wins the header. He only flicks it backwards and now Richarlison can break against Azpilicueta. And Richarlison does well there, the Brazilian, to keep the ball inside the Chelsea half and try and relieve a bit of pressure on their defensive line so far this evening. Here is Digne. Sigurdsson down the line. Sigurdsson again goes down on Jorginho, and Jorginho wins a free kick against Sigurdsson. The Everton captain commits a foul, and it's a free kick to the hosts. And they've gone a bit quickly as Kovacic has it now to Christensen. Still goalless if you've just joined us here on Football Commentary Live. This is the other alternative commentary. I'm your alternative commentator for this game, Russ Vernon. Christensen spreads the ball out wide. Gets Piliqueta. Down the line is Reece James. Now it's Piliqueta. Jorginho turns away but can't keep hold of possession. And now Werner hits the ball forward and Christensen gets on the end of it, and so does Piliqueta now. Christensen again, and Zuma will fetch the ball forward for Chelsea and will look to come forward with possession. He's still goalless if you've just joined us. Thank you very much for doing so. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. It's Chelsea against Everton we are bringing you this evening. Stamford Bridge. Game of alternative commentary. And now Reece James comes forward for Chelsea. What can James do here? James into the penalty area. James strikes and sees his effort deflected behind for a corner kick. Daka's tweeted saying, Averse is lost in this game. His confidence on the floor. A goal man boost his confidence. As Jorginho fires an effort just wide of the post there for Chelsea, and Chelsea coming close to opening and breaking the deadlock from this corner. But headed out to the Brazilian there, Jorginho, on the edge of the penalty area. The Italian, should I say, not the Brazilian. Being mixed up with Thiago Silva, who is back in the side and on the bench. Who's running on the bench for Chelsea this evening. Jordan Pickford, the England goalkeeper, hits the ball long downfield. Calvert-Lewin moves out, and now Kovacic. He's out towards Werner, and he's just behind him. He manages to keep the ball in play there, just Timo Werner. Down the line from Alonso into Werner, on to Havertz. Down the line from Werner, who's brought down by Allgate. The referee says yes. And Allgate gets the first yellow card of this game. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. James and Alonso over this free kick for the Blues. What can they conjure up here between them both? I wonder. And who will it be to take it? Will it be the right foot of James or the left foot of Alonso? It's the left foot of Alonso in towards the penalty area. Pickford punches clear. It's first for Jorginho, the Italian, who fires wide. And his effort is off target. And Chelsea getting closer and closer to opening the deadlock. Edward, a Chelsea man, says, even though Jorginho's shot was off target, at least now we have a player who can shoot. At least we can have someone who can shoot outside the box now. He must be a Chelsea fan. Kane says, very progressive of Premier League without a woman making commentary in the match tomorrow. International Women's Day, of course, is International Women's Day, and we are not. And Chelsea 0, Everton 0, approaching the 19th minute mark in this game and in the first half. Advantage for Chelsea is Hudson-Odoi keeps ball into Reece James and poor ball into the box. It's been able to be cleared by Everton and Dominic Calvert-Lewin flicks on and chase after his flicked header and puts as per the under pressure, but then Mersey can't get to the ball before Mendy finds Zuma and Chelsea regain possession and just playing it around calmly at the back. As per the quarter over the halfway line and fall down the right hand side. Into Hudson-Odoi, who's flagged for offside. In the game. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. In your score predictions for this game, you can tweet us at Commentary Live 1 using the hashtag CHEEVE. You can message us on Facebook. As Chelsea would Mendy clear the ball downfield. Digne wins the other back. Now Calvert-Lewin lovely turn away from James. Calvert-Lewin can't feed into Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson from Digne's throw back to Sigurdsson, back to Digne again. Digne with the cross in. Alonso heads clear. Ball down by Gomez on the edge of the box. Everton under keeping Chelsea under pressure now. And going into this game, Iwobi controls well. Pushing in just ball towards the penalty area, but too near the goalkeeper Mendy in the end. And Mendy saves with ease. Can we get your comments in the live chat below? If you watch it on Facebook, facebook.com/footcom live. Tweet us, Commentary Live 1. Or head over and subscribe to our Facebook page. And that, subscribe on YouTube to my own page, Russ Vernon, over on YouTube, where we're bringing you this game this evening. We've had a comment in already. It says, my prediction is Chelsea 3, Everton 2. I think that is from Mike Orneman. Mike, in one of our studios, Football Commentary Live, posted this up to me, said that was from him. So thank you for getting your prediction in, Mike. Hopefully you're doing okay this evening, and we'll hear again from Mike at half time as I take a 15-minute break. We'll be inside to Gomez. Gomez coming forward now, and Allen picks up possession. How wide it goes now. Everton keeping all the possession. Now it's Allgate who's on a booking, and now Iwobi picks up. Iwobi inside of Jorginho. Calvert-Lewin now fetches it down on his chest into Gomez. On to Sigurdsson. Out wide it goes to Luca Dean. Luca Dean down the line it goes towards Sigurdsson. Cleared away by Spilicueta. And out of play for a throw to Everton off of the Chelsea centre back this evening. One of three centre backs for Chelsea this evening with Spilicueta the captain, Christensen and Zuma at the back. James and Alonso the wing backs, Jorginho and Kovacic midfield, Abbas and Hudson-Odoi either side of Timo Werner. Mendy in goal for Chelsea this evening. Who just joined us. The ball is played in towards a penalty area from Richarlison, and none of the Everton players could go under that. As for Everton, it's Pickford in goal, Olge, Godfrey, Keenan, Digne, Allen, and Gomez in front of the back four. Iwobi, Sigurdsson and Richarlison either side, with Calvert-Lewin up front this evening for Carlo Ancelotti's men. I can see Edge down on the touchline warming up in front of us. And you've just seen that on our monitors. Sigurdsson's in behind here now down the left hand side. Go for Sigurdsson. Does well into Richarlison. Good work from Richarlison, but gives the ball away. Sigurdsson trying to retrieve it. And does so by fouling Jorginho. Chelsea 0, Everton 0. Is the scoreline this evening. Chelsea being the ball for us. It will be now Gomez. Now it's Sigurdsson. Throwing to Richarlison. Just runs away from him, but he still gets there. Richarlison. Left hand side of the penalty area. Back into Digne. Digne with the cross. Gomez leaves it for Calvert-Lewin to head down. And Alonso shepherds it back to Alonso. Chelsea 0, Everton 0 is the scoreline. Jorginho controls well to Andreas Christensen.